And now for our final editing tutorial, we'll go over titles and credits. Again, you may be using a different editing software, but they're all similar in nature, and you can learn from this and develop it into your own software. Okay, so we are here with our project. We have our music underneath, our voiceover. We left space for our title. Now I'm going to go up here to title, and I'm going to click on new. I'm going to do a still for this one. I'm going to stay really simple, and this is going to be beginning title, opening, we'll say. And I am going to just type out the title, each, oops, sorry, others, shoulders. So I'm just going to start with that at first. Now all these things over here will allow you to move it to the left or the right, to up or down, X and Y axis. X is a cross and Y is up and down. And you can then change, let's give it a fancy little font there. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to save that. I'm just going to X out of it, and you'll see it's right down here. And it's opening title. I'm going to take it and I'm going to drag it into place. Don't worry about the space just yet, because now we're going to look at our effects, okay? So we want to look at video effects. This is considered a video, okay? You're going to open your video effects up, and I am going to just something simple. I'm going to use lens flare on this one. So I'm going to take it and I'm just going to drop it over the top. Now, if we put this over here, that's what it looks like, okay? So I like that. That's simple and pretty, and it's got a little bit of a statement right at the beginning. You don't need to get too fancy. It just starts out your video for you. So as you can see, the title is not as long as the music. So let's go back here and we'll play it. From Joan of Arc. Now, there's one of two things you can do. You can make your title longer, which some people like to do because they like the music, or you can shorten both ends this way. Let's give you a few ideas here. When there is nothing underneath, you can just hit the empty space and pull them back over. Okay. Now, I also want to add a transition into the beginning so that it flows better. So that will be a video transition, and I'm going to put a cross dissolve. Remember I said cross dissolve and overlaps. They're your best friends. So let's take a look at that. From Joan of Arc in the 1400s. Oh, that came out really well. So it's a very simple way to do a title. You just create the title. You can play around with all the effects, see which ones work for you. You just drop them right on top. And if you don't like an effect, let me show you how that works. You can click on the effect here, and right here is where you could just remove it, okay? So if you don't like this effect here, you can just take it off. See FX here? Toggle it off. It's gone. Toggle it back on. It's there. Okay, so that's if you're using Adobe Premiere. Final Cut Pro works similarly if you're using one of those two. So that's your opening title, excuse me. Now we're going to do closing credits, and I'm just going to do them down here. I haven't finished the video yet, but I'm going to put them at the end of this section just to show you how they work. So to create these ending credits, I'm going to go up to Title, New Title, and I'm going to do rolling credits. So I'm going to call this ending credits. And I open it up, and we start with a blank slate. And what I have done is I've already pre-prepared my credits, and this is a really good idea because it makes your life a lot easier. And I can then just paste them in there. Ooh, they're a little big, so I can go over here and I can make them a little smaller, and then I can bring them down a little bit. left and right, cross. There we go. So these are rolling credits, so they're going to move, okay? So I'm just going to save this for now because then I can look at it when it's in its place. And here are my ending credits. Pop them into place. Let's just take a quick look and see how they look. Oh, they are rolling on fire, aren't they? Very quick. Okay, so easy thing to do here. You just take it and you drag it out, and that slows them down. And you probably at that point want to take your music, if you're using the same music, if you're using different music, you can cut it right there. And what do? You bring it back up. Probably want to put a transition in the middle. And there you go. There are your rolling credits. So, now that your project is completed, you may want to go back to this video once you put in your titles and credits, but you are going to need to export it. And you want to export it, the entire project. I prefer MP4, but you may want to talk to whoever is going to upload your project to wherever you want to upload it to. If you're going to use YouTube, if you're going to use social media, MP4 is what I prefer, so that's what I'm going to show you. So you have your whole project, let's say, done, and you're going to go to File, and you're going to go to Export Media, and different softwares work a little bit differently, but it's usually File, Export. In this one, when you're using Adobe Premiere, the first thing you want to go do is go down to this area and click on Entire Sequence. If you were just going to export a certain area, that's what these other ones are for, but you want to do Entire Sequence. You want to name it, so you just click on the little thing there and you name it. I'm going to call it EOS, for each other's shoulders. I'm one of those people who like to have everything go to the desktop first, and then I'll put it where I will. And I prefer MP4, so mine will go, and I know this is a little silly, it doesn't say MP4. Don't go to the MPEG-4. Go to H.264, that will give you the better quality. If you prefer a QuickTime movie, an MOV, right there. AIFF is there. You have a lot of choices here, but I choose to do an MP4, as you can see right here, and then you hit Export, and the work is done. When it's completed, it'll end up on your desktop, and it's ready to upload to YouTube and social media.